During an official visit to Pakistan, Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian has expressed gratitude to Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif for Pakistan's support following Israeli and U.S. strike on Iranian nuclear sites in June. At a joint press conference, Sharif condemned the Israeli attacks and affirmed Iran's right to pursue nuclear power under the UN Charter. Pezeshkian called for regional consensus against what he termed the unlawful actions of the Zionist regime. Both leaders pledged to strengthen ties with economic cooperation, potentially reaching $10 billion. Brigadier General Reza Talaei, a spokesperson for Iran's Ministry of Defense, stated that the country's defense industry is fully reliant on domestic and scientific capabilities, which he enabled it to consistently meet Iran's needs for both offensive and defensive weapons. He emphasized that weapons upgrades the enhancement of military capabilities and carried out regular stressing the local manufacturing mechanisms ensure uninterrupted development. The Iranian official also noted a significant increase in the production capacity of weapons and equipment to meet the needs of the armed forces, adding that current levels have surpassed those of previous years. Iranian media has reported that the country has established a new defense council in the aftermath of the attacks launched by Israel and the United States in June. According to the reports, the Supreme National Security Council made the decision to form the Supreme National Defense Council, which will be chaired by Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian. The council will be responsible for overseeing defense strategies and enhancing the capabilities of Iran's armed forces. It will also include the heads of parliament and the judiciary, as well as the chiefs of military branches and relevant ministries. Iran's Ministry of Foreign Affairs expressed its full readiness to engage seriously in any negotiation track, announcing that it had agreed to continue the Istanbul talks with the European Turkey regarding its nuclear file. The ministry added that it is natural for Tehran to reassess its cooperation with the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, following the recent attacks on its nuclear facilities. It clarified that Iran's suspension of cooperation with the IAEA was based on a parliamentary decision, noting that an agency delegation is expected to visit Tehran to discuss the matter. Lebanese President Joseph Aoun stated that uncovering the full truth about the Beirut port explosion is an obligation for the Lebanese state and all its institutions, regardless of the obstacles or the ranks involved. He emphasized that justice makes no expectations and the law applies to everyone without discrimination. Aoun made these remarks during a speech commemorating the 5th anniversary of the Beirut port explosion, which took place on August 4, 2020, resulting in the deaths of more than 220 people, thousands of injuries, and dozens still missing. The Israeli newspaper Ma'ariv published a report highlighting the parallels between what Israeli soldiers experienced at southern Lebanon during the security zone era before the 2000 withdrawal and what Israel is currently facing in the ongoing war in Gaza. Ma'ariv argues that the scene is repeating itself. Israel then has now found itself a military quagmire, a futile fight in the mud with a political leadership unable to make clear strategic decisions. The paper notes that the cost is well paid for remaining in southern Lebanon, and even afterward, up to the current Operation Iron Swords, was steep, as years of prolonged war eroded public trust in the Israeli army.